So, per my last video, a couple of y'all wanted to know how I ended up in the mental hospital. I think a couple of y'all probably was on my YouTube and looking around because I got a couple of new followers last night. So, shout out to y'all. But a couple of y'all want to know why I went to the mental hospital. So, here's the story. So basically, this is not going to be a 40 part, 70 part, none of that. I talk fast, so it's going to go a little fast. Okay, so just stay with me. So I had just turned 19 that September, and this was around Thanksgiving. So it was the week before Thanksgiving in 2018, right? So, long story short, I had got up one morning and I just started like seeming weird to my own self. So I had got up, and by this time, like I said in previous videos, I had already had three children, and I was stuck in a very toxic relationship. Okay, both of us was toxic. Neither one of us took full responsibility for what we had going on, and I just didn't like it no more. Now, per my last video, this was the same year that I tried to take my own life. That March. Okay, so let's make sure we're keeping up with the story because, like I said, I talk fast. So this particular morning, I had got up and I just wasn't feeling like myself. I went downstairs and I told my mom or whatever, and I was still self harming at that time. I was still self harming, which I had some of the anniversary wrong a little bit. I was still self harming, so I had blood coming through my sweater. So she was like, "Are you cutting? Da da da. What is this?" And so she pulled it up, and I was in fact cutting. And yes, I know I had kids, and yes, I know I shouldn't have been doing that. And yes, and yes, and yes, yes. I don't need all that. I'm no longer doing it. So I was on a different type of medication for my mental health, and unfortunately, they had diagnosed me with bipolar depressive disorder. Correct? That was incorrect. They were wrong, and I was taking some medicine. This was before I found out, which I didn't find out until this year, that I was misdiagnosed. So, with that being said, I was taking some different medication. It was on a different milligram, and I believe that it was just too high for me, and it was allowing me to have traumatic things continue to come up every single day. So, like now, I still have a couple of those things that still happen now, but they have slowly like fallen a little bit. So, it's not as bad now. Okay, so with that being said, let me wrap it up and condense it a little bit more. So with that being said, that day, long story short, that day my mom allowed me to go to my therapist. I went to my therapist, and then my therapist, upon that conversation, my therapist decided that they wanted to send me to a mental health facility. I went to the mental health facility and I was there for a week and a half. And then they put me on a different type of medication, and the rest of the year, I don't know what happened. Don't remember, don't know what transpired, none of the above. I don't remember anything until late April of the next year because I was so in and out of it, which in turn allowed me to stop doing makeup and stop my everything that I had going on. So, the general reason as to why I went to the mental hospital is because I had went through a lot of traumatic things. For example, I've been essayed by my aunt. That's a whole nother story time. I saw someone die in front of me. Um, Shit, a whole bunch of shit. Okay, whole bunch of traumatic shit. And so I was basically in a psychosis, and I just kept replaying and reliving these things in the present time, and it was not good for me. So basically, I had snapped that morning, and I just thank God every day that nothing happened to me or my kids harm in a harmful way, anything like that. And I was able to catch and grab. Like, I'm very self aware of what is going on up in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. And the other part that I just posted, I tried to kill myself. It's so plain and simple. I tried to off myself. So yeah. So with all that being said, yes, I be laughing because that's a coping mechanism for me. So I'm so sorry if that triggers you. It's my life. It's my story. So there's that. But yeah, because I know somebody's gonna comment. Oh, why is she laughing? Because I want to laugh. I don't think I go a day without laughing. I don't think no one in life should go a day without laughing. Because if you're able to laugh, you're able to laugh. Ciao. We could be sitting up here with no voice. So, yeah, that's about the gist of it. I was basically in a psychosis, and I was self-aware about it, and my therapist recommended that I go there, and I'm glad that I did. Even though I had a traumatic experience in there, I'm glad that I went because had I not went, anything could happen. So I'm just grateful to God that I was able to be self-aware about the situation and what was truly going on in my mental health. Period. Um, Also, when I got back, and it was a few years later, which was last year, I finally got diagnosed with border personality disorder. So, if you want to ask that too, there's your answer to that question. But yep, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. But if y'all got any other questions, let me know in the comments because I want to know if you want to know something about me. Anyways, bye bye.